Duh, ba-duh, ba-duh, ba.
I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Carson. Let's get
Let's
tribal.
get tribal. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awful. That is so bad.
We're getting better. That was better than last time. Okay, welcome back to Let's Get Tribal. We had an interesting episode that was on
Let's
this
talk
week.
about what you're wearing today because it looks new.
It's definitely not new.
I like that hat.
I actually do too. This is
I
one of my
love me
favorite
a
brands.
good hat. And I love when
Me
people have
too.
like a different hat that like sticks out. I like that.
So are you saying I'm different or my hat's different?
Yeah, like it's like a different, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a different hat. I like
if
it.
if you're just listening, I'm wearing a khaki hat with I don't know, like a little sun thing at the top. I really like it. It makes me
What is
feel
it?
it's just a beach brand. And I just love beach clothing because it makes it first. Okay, you know how the beach heals me? Like not Survivor Beach, beach where I have food, beach with food, heal.
Healing.
That's how yeah, it's healing. And so like when I wear beachy clothes, I feel more healed, or like it's almost soothing and calming for me. Do you have
Same.
something like that? Like, do you wear something in particular that makes you feel good?
No, not where, but like the beach. I agree. I love me a good hat, and I love yours.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna work on being nice to you because I do. I did read some of the comments, and which I never do, but like my
Well,
dad will send me stuff, and then I'm like, okay, and then I read, and I was like, I was being kind of rude to you, so I'm gonna be so nice to you now, Carson.
Carolyn, here's the thing. I don't have a big ego, especially with people that I like. So, I very much don't care. And I kind of like, and that's the thing. I think I send you like Instagram reels where it's like, when your friendship gets to sibling level and you
Yeah.
just start like aggravating and making fun of the other. Like, I feel like that's where we are, is like, and I was explaining
Okay.
this to one of my friends the other day, is like, I'm like, yeah, yeah, Carol and I are friends, but I feel like it's more of a sibling friendship where like we know each other so well that we know each other too well. And then now we just like, almost
Exactly.
aggravate the other one because so that's
Girl.
how I feel.
So okay, but I'll be nicer, but I won't. Never
I
mind.
don't think
Screw
you should
that.
be. No, because that's how
Yeah.
we are. You
And we have
exactly. No.
we have very different opinions when it comes to this stuff.
Yes.
So it's like, girl.
And that's the thing, is like, I don't want us to be all like, oh, I can't say this, or like,
Yeah,
no,
exactly. Let's be
we can
mean.
disagree. Yeah, let's
And
keep
then
it mean.
and that's not mean either. But I think sometimes my tone is a little bit like, yeah. And so it kind of can give off like that I'm yelling when I'm not. And
No, if
it's
anything,
something that I need to be aware of.
no, I think people were referring to the way you edited that like little video that you put out on social media, where it's like, it was something along the lines of like recapping the part where we were talking about how Andy was treated last episode, and you edited it to where it just looks like you're making fun of me, and you weren't. Like,
Oh, you think so?
well, in the sense of like you cut out the parts where like we would have conversations about the topics, and you made it look like I was just a game bot, which, in some
You are.
segments I was. Yeah. And so I think that's what people were referring to. And
Well,
and
let's
that's why I
clean it
didn't
up.
want to accept the collaboration on Instagram, but I
Let,
did
let,
anyways.
let's clean it up.
What do you mean clean it up?
Let's clean it up.
Clean what up?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, we are going to talk about episode 3 of Survivor 47. While I think it was a pretty
snooze fest,
snoozy tribal council and
No, I
vote
want
out.
to be no, because you know what? I feel like we're being kind of negative recently.
No, we're
No,
not. No, wait. But I thought that the camp life was very interesting, and we have lots
what
to
when
discuss
they were
with it.
talking about eggplants and watermelon?
No, that's
Girl.
just a comedy relief thing.
Didn't you notice too how young all of these tribes are? Good, it's
Are
true.
young, but Sue is like in her 50s, I think.
Sue's 40, but like, do you know what I'm saying?
Wait, no, wait. Is that actually true? Because then I can't say that.
No, I don't know. But women don't. We don't need to talk about ages. But my point is they're just really young. Anyway, let's talk
The
about it.
yellow tribe for sure. Okay, we will be
Yeah.
back for the next segment, and we will be talking about episode 3 of Survivor 47. We'll be back. Welcome back
Welcome back.
to Let's Get Tribal. In the break, I did look up how old Sue was, and it turns out
Why?
I was right. She's in her 50s. Told you. So now I don't have to edit the thing out.
My point to that is like, age isn't anything but a number. And it's just like
Sure.
not polite to like be like, I know Sue's age. Sue looks great. And we love
I
her
know, but you
lips.
literally were talking about how all the tribes are young, and I was like, but Sue was older than every single person
Like
on
Sue
our
wants to
season.
be like called out like that. Like,
But she doesn't, her energy is not old, in my opinion.
her lips
And I don't
aren't
even think
either.
50s are old. So, okay. There was a lot of things that went on at the beginning of this episode that I wanted to point out. The
I
first
want to
thing
point something out.
that pointed out, Carolyn,
I'll just say my favorite part of the episode obviously was Andy and Rome, but was and was Andy in the background twirling his hair as those two were
what?
fighting. He's twirling his
Oh,
hair.
while Annika and Sam were fighting?
Yes, and he's just
Yeah.
like, and they keep like showing him, and I'm like, yes, good. Like, look at him, so calm, so collected. That's Andy. Loved it, and he was just like out of it, like out of like the drama,
Yeah,
because he's a
so
good
Annika,
player.
did you notice what Annika called Sam at one point? And this, if someone called me, like, let's say your full name was Caroline, but you went by Carol, and someone, like, no one calls you Caroline, but let's say someone called you Caroline, like, that's like, ooh, that's like what your mom calls you when you're in
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
So Annika said at one point, no, Samuel. I
Oh,
was
I didn't
like,
even notice.
yep, if someone said that to me, or if I, like, that is so disrespectful. Maybe
No,
he
you
goes by it.
didn't.
Maybe I'm just getting that wrong, but I was like,
No, he
wow.
doesn't.
I don't, yeah, no, I've never heard someone call him Samuel until that moment. And it was like in a moment, it was like they are definitely beefing.
Yes,
There's a
they
lot
are,
of tension on the yellow tribe.
which is fun.
Well, did you have any tension with anybody?
No, you
Yes, you did. That was with Danny.
should know, but not really.
I'll
Not
answer
really.
for
Not.
you.
But it's
Yes,
so
y'all
true.
had a lot of tension.
I know I'm just working on being nice, but I really feel like no, it is in you get annoyed of people, duh. Like people are annoying. But you know
Well,
what I
so
thought?
Andy, yes, go ahead.
No, keep going.
No, I wanted to hear what you were going to
No, I
say.
forgot.
Okay. Well, so Andy was sitting there twirling his hair while they were fighting. Okay, I think this comes down to like annoying things that happen, and there's a lot of things that can annoy us out there. And sometimes you just can't hide it. And I think once you get off the wrong foot with somebody, you almost just keep digging it in. They dig it back at you, and then you're just fighting. Like,
Yeah, you're
and you might
done.
not even be actively fighting, but it's more than clear to both you, the other person, and the entire tribe that you don't get along. And
Yep.
that can really work against you because it, like Andy noticed, was that like, hey, this is an opportunity.
Yep.
All these people, they used to be united against me, and now they're like internally fighting. And I don't know if you remember, but there was a moment where Annika got back, doesn't tell the group what she actually did, which I'll also mention I thought was really smart, where she says that she did have an option to engage in and getting a 1 in 3 chance of getting some advantage. And she said that she had an option when in reality she didn't. And she then tells Rachel and Sierra. I think that's where her mistake is because Sierra is now kind of aligned with
Yep.
Andy when they have that moment where Andy
So
gave
proud of
Sierra his
him.
shot in the dark. I thought he did really good. I thought
Player of
strategically
the
Andy was really
episode.
well positioned. Oh, wow.
Andy, don't you think player of the episode?
I could agree with you there. Can I
Or
tell you who
Rome?
my I was about to say, can we have like an opposite of this, like the worst player of the episode? Because I have one. Rome. Yes.
The
Yes,
godson?
the godson. Oh, you know,
You're
maybe it's
jealous of
just the
him.
way. Oh, you kidding? And maybe
No,
the
you're
way that
jealous.
he's being portrayed, he drives me
Are you
bananas.
jealous?
No, Carolyn, he literally would drive me insane. Like
Why?
the dance,
I don't get
the
it
like
because I watch him and
overconfidence.
it's refreshing. And was I that annoying out there?
No,
You know how people like will
no,
say I'm annoying? I think I am.
no. There are different levels of annoying, and
What level is he?
he's passed into the one where every time he comes on screen, I just almost roll my eyes. I literally can't handle it.
What?
Yes, and it's not because I think he's a bad person. It's just like he's so overconfident and like the way that he thinks he's
When he
so smooth
Survivor
and he's
Rome.
not. Oh my gosh. It's just made, and it's not even like him. I'm cringing at the moments, at the way he's acting, like the way he's like dancing
No.
as he's walking out of tribal council after getting Asia out. It's the way that thinks he's so smooth and he's like the best liar of all time. And he's calling himself the godson. And it's episode 3.
That's like Zelensky. So, well,
No, Jelinski was cute with it.
was
Like
the legend.
I enjoyed like genuinely like enjoyed watching Zelensky. And maybe it's because Zelensky like he kind of did just get himself out early and Rome is actually succeeding. So maybe I am just being a hater. I don't know. He very much gets under my
Exactly.
skin.
I'm
But
shocked. And I feel like there's like a little sense of you that maybe you should like look internally because maybe there's a little piece of Rome that you want.
well, for all those who don't know, I am from Rome, Georgia. So maybe maybe I have something against Rome because he stole my town. I don't know. I no. I really just think. I think. And another thing is, I thought Asia was a really solid soundboard for that tribe. Like I enjoyed listening to her confessionals. I enjoyed her takes on things. I thought she was very real with the way she interpreted things that were going
Oh,
on at
yeah.
camp. And so to see her go the way she did,
To
I
see
think
a
that
real
also was like
player
salt in the
go and
wound.
have a Rome stay and they're just a
No, and I don't even think it was Rome who did that to that group. I think it was Teeny and Keyshawn being scared to make a move that
I
ultimately
don't even know what
resulted in
happened.
Asia.
What happened?
Well, so Teeny and Keyshawn approached Asia and told her they said to her, "Hey, Rome has an idol." And that's like Rome's like this is what I'm talking about. Rome thinks he has it all under the bag. Like, no, there are people behind the scenes running the show. You always need
Yeah,
a front
Rome.
person who like thinks that they're running the show, but they're not. And that's very much Rome on this tribe. But Keyshawn and Teeny are like, I'd rather not work against him with all his little knickknacks that he has in his pocket than try to work around that. And I just feel like that's playing it safe. And I think that's ultimately leading to like a lack of, success and tribe unity. Like clearly you don't
So let's
like
talk about it.
them. Okay.
So then you have Rome. Here's what I
Okay.
appreciate about Rome. He's
Okay.
got his fishing gear. He is living it up. When
Oh my gosh.
he's like, I guess I'll do everything.
And that's what's crazy.
But it's
And
like,
then he's
yeah,
eating it
I
over
agree.
Asia.
But I agree. But it's just kind of like let some other people fish. But it's like you can just feel his excitement for being out there, and that's what I appreciate. You feel the passion. You see the
Mhm.
passion. He wants to fish. He wants to just do everything, and it's like you're out there. You may as well be doing that stuff. Good. He's having the whole experience.
He is. But I also
Don't
think
you
he's having
regret
that.
it?
What? Do I
Don't
regret it?
don't you regret not like being in there enough?
Oh, like you're talking about like going and being going on Mermaid Rock and like pretending I'm Ariel and then like climbing trees and stuff. No. Like, yes, do I think that that would have been fun? Absolutely, but that was very not so my intention out there. And I
I
very
get it.
much was like, I'd rather know information and sit in at the tribe camp and like be in the conversations or listen and be an ear or a sounding board than be the person like Danny off in the woods where you can't have any conversations, and then you're avoiding,
Yeah.
potential opportunities to talk to people, rebuild things, or even just know what's going on. And
Well,
I
honestly,
think,
I just got so sick of I was like, it's no one's going to talk to me anyway right now. I may as well go have fun. Wait for you to
well,
give
I
me the
think that
information.
here's why I think that works for you, Carolyn, because I think people underestimated you, and you going out and having fun only
No,
perpetuated
yeah,
that
yeah.
that look. And so absolutely, I think for you that totally makes sense, because it makes you just look like you don't even care about the game, when in reality you're playing really well, that you're also having these experiences. So in my opinion, that definitely works for you. For someone like me, in my opinion, like, I don't know. I don't think I was portrayed or seen that way by most of the tribe. And so maybe that's my own doing. Maybe I should have acted different. I don't know. But
I
like, I
wish
think,
that you would have been a part of it.
I mean, I tried. Like, I think, didn't we all go fishing one day on that boat in Tika? Like, that was fun.
I made everyone, but you know what I mean? We didn't have enough of those moments. And that's where I feel like
That's what
having,
vacation's for. This ain't vacation. That's how I feel.
you're one of those. It's fine.
I don't think I had the option to do what you did. That's my opinion.
It's all right.
And be successful with it. Agree to disagree?
So yeah, I love Rome. I think he's great. I think he's having a blast out there. And that's what this is. Yeah. And he's doing a great job. And now good. So I'm happy for him.
Do you
I
really
don't
think
know
he's
what else
doing a
happened this
great
episode.
job in
What?
this game?
I literally don't know how to talk about this episode. What happened?
No, I know. But wait, answer my question. Do you really think Rome is well positioned within this game? Be honest. He does have a steal a vote. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's another contender for player of the episode.
Oh my gosh. Worst player of the episode. I'm
I don't think
kidding.
he's the worst player at all.
Maybe not the worst player. In fact, you're right. He's probably not the worst player. It's more, I think, his mistakes are being shown more than other people's. Like, I guess at least he's talking, but I don't know. He is very off-putting with the way he interacts with his tribe. Like, I think the biggest mistake for someone like him, who already has a perception of being someone who's sneaky and looks for idols, and even Asia pointed out, like, he was frantic the first day looking for this idol. Now he's not. Like, he definitely has something in his pocket. That's why when he went and played his idol, nobody moved. No one even there. No one's jaw or no one's mouth even open. Like, everyone was like, "Well, that makes sense." Like, it wasn't even
Yeah.
shocking. Like, that's how I see it. And so even Soul, who we haven't even seen to be at all even talking about
It's
the game.
who is Soul when they were like, it's gonna be Soul.
And Genevieve had, I think, her first confessional. I don't know. Some of these people, I'm like, who are they?
Who's Genevieve?
Exactly. She's on the Red Tribe. She was the one that Teeny voted for. She looks like Amanda Kimmel. Was Amanda Kimmel?
I can't remember any.
Well,
Except
okay.
for Roman
To
Andy.
be fair, Genevieve has not been shown a lot, and Soul hasn't either. So, okay. So then,
What else happened though?
oh, there's a lot. I wanted to talk about
And
the
then we were going to talk
bamboo
about
sleeping
stuff.
situation.
And then we're going to talk about stuff else.
Sure. Yes. Then that's also for Tia Taki on our Patreon, which if you haven't subscribed, you should. Okay. So,
Oh, we're not going to
Carol,
talk about the.
no, we will. But I wanted to talk about the sleeping arrangements and stuff, like when we were at camp. Like,
Oh yeah,
there was
shut up. Or no,
there
I'm
was
being positive. What?
no, but listen, there was a moment where Annika is like showing everyone she wants to redo the what is it called, the shelter, because it wasn't comfortable enough. And I just wanted to mention this because I don't think our tribe ever slept on the bamboo because
No,
it was
never.
so uncomfortable. So it's like, why do you have to sleep on
Our
bamboo?
shelter was nice. It was. No, there was one night I remember me and you slept in the shelter together. Remember? You were on you were literally, I look over and you were just on the way opposite end. Me and Carson are literally 2 miles apart from each other. So I'm on one end. And it's not because there is no cuddling or not I would be
No,
cuddling
and
up to
not
Carson.
that I would want to do that anyways.
Excuse me?
Not just because, I even watching it, I was like, I don't like being that close to people.
I do. I wish I could have had Jam Jam cuddle me all night. I do. and be warm. Yes. But I mean, with you, it was different. But I'm saying, like, you were so far away. And I just remember you were like just shivering. You remember I got in a fight with everyone? I'm like, put
Oh,
that
that's
fire
right.
over by. And I was trying to stand up for you, remember? And I was like, let's move the fire. Carson gets cold at night. And
You
remember,
were you were my island mom. Like you
I was,
always were sticking up for me.
and I remember Sarah wanted, we were taking turns with Bruce's clothes, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
Sarah,
Oh
like
yeah.
you have like literally the wooliest sweater ever. Carson doesn't. And I'm like, I think it's Carson's turn to wear Bruce's sweater. Remember,
You
I
did.
always
And then I was like, it's fine. You're like, no, he needs a sweater. It was so funny.
because it was
And
like
then
seriously, and then all of them like always leaving their stuff behind. I got so pissed, always leaving because that's like a tell like it is. It's like how cocky or not cocky, how confident are you? Like we always took all of our belongings. And I remember you would even leave some like belongings, and I was like, hmm, he's feeling a little confident leaving stuff behind at camp.
wait, wait,
No, you
wait.
did.
What did I ever leave?
I don't know. I
Tell
feel
me.
like you did.
Ex-
Sarah and Helen
I
always left
never
stuff.
did. I know, but I
Sarah and Helen did.
never left anything ever.
I always
Always brought my
watched
stuff.
that and I was like, people who do that, you're too confident. No.
No, you're right. Kane left his stuff. That's why we had like extra shirts and stuff. Danny left his underwear for us to share and his shoes. Like if you're kidding, no
I
one
wore
used his
those. Yeah.
underwear. You wore the shoes, yeah. There was another moment where you stuck up for me. It was when I got sick, and it was so funny because I mean, and I was not feeling good. I had the worst night ever, and basically they had like promised me that they would call Dr. Will if I really needed him. And after like the fifth time dry heaving within 20 minutes, I was like, I need Dr. Will. And
Yes.
so then they were like, actually, you're going to have to wait till the morning. I wanted to die. So then it was like the worst night of my life. I didn't sleep at all. I was just driving like every 5 minutes. And I wake up and I'm feeling horrible. And then they're like, actually, you're going to have to wait till the challenge to see Dr. Will. I'm like, what? I was so mad. So then I had a confessional where I'm just like sobbing and it wasn't even like I was sobbing because I was missing anything or like was hurt. It was just like the expectation of getting help
Yep.
and then like being almost feeling like I'm being lied to. And
Yep.
so then you at camp were like to some of the producers, like, he needs his medicine. What did you say again?
Yeah, I helped you with that, and I helped you with the Dramamine.
Yeah, but no, you were like, if he doesn't get it, or what did you say? I can't remember how you like
I
phrased
don't
that.
know. I don't remember, but I just
No,
remember always
I
standing
remember
up for
you like
you.
fighting. Yes. So Carolyn was very much my island mom.
I was
Do
like,
you feel
he
like
needs
there's,
help. And then I'm
he
like, and
needs help?
I'll be your partner.
Y'all know the challenge where I was like, "Ah, you got this, Carolyn." The one where I was sick. That was
That's
the
when you were
same
sick.
day. And Danny
And you
wanted to
were
be my,
probably regretting it. You were probably, but honestly, what would have been worse?
no,
You
actually,
would,
I wanted you
would
to
you
be
have
my,
rather, would you rather have been with Danny?
no,
Come on, Carson.
no.
Oh.
And you know why he wanted to be with me? Was because he thought he could beat me if it was like it would be easier to beat me if
Well,
it
then
was
why
like,
wouldn't he
hey,
have
you're
tried to be
against
with
someone.
me?
Well, because I was literally like dying sick.
Yeah, but I
That's why.
like,
Like,
like
yeah. But that's
that
how
was
we ended
bad.
up partners. And thank goodness I got sick. That was hilarious. That was the funniest thing I watched on our season.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, back to the sleeping. We love to do this like offer. Okay,
Oh, no, sleeping.
so
Yes, yes, but you're not
yeah,
sleeping. You don't sleep in the shelter anyway. Well, maybe some people do. We definitely didn't. That's horrible. That bamboo.
it's awful. And I remember getting to the Ratu tribe, and once we merged, because the
Oh,
Stuga tribe
can
had,
we
and this
talk
is on our
about that?
season.
Can we talk about
What?
too the hierarchy? I just remember showing up there, and we're on the outskirts. We're not in the cool kids club. Well, ever. And
Ever
you know
this?
what? It's day one. We're in high school. We're ready to go. Hey, where do we get to sleep tonight? All the kings and the queens, they're in the shelter. You got Lauren, you got Brandon, you got all the
Heidi.
kings and queens. Heidi, everyone's like in the
Franny,
shelter.
Matt,
Where's Carolyn, Carson, and Jam? We are
on the ground.
literally sleeping, like people's butts are hitting us in the face. People are, we have
Danny,
no shelter. We have
nope.
no protection from the rain. We are literally the outskirt turds of sleeping arrangements. And then you wake up, and there's people all around you, and you're thinking, this must be hell or prison. But can someone help me? And God forbid you wake up last, and you wake up and no one's around you, and you're literally sleeping in the dirt. But there's a hierarchy, and we
Hmm.
were on the bottom, were we not? I was like,
We
Carson,
were.
I can't sleep like this. Remember, we were like, it was literally like a hierarchy. Like, we're in the
Yeah.
castle. I hated it. I felt
Well,
like,
look
do you
what
remember
happened.
that? They all just go to their
Yes,
bootleg ass shelter, and it wasn't even nice. It wasn't.
it wasn't. It was more
But
comfortable than ours, but yeah.
why were we such turds on that tribe?
Well, I think we were very much seen as outcasts and stuff, but yet that's what's so fun about our story was that like the outcasts ended up getting everyone else out.
Do you remember? Like, I was like, what the hell? This is where I have to sleep. Like, people's kicking me in. Yeah. Why did I get outcasted to the freaking like? I just remember I
Well,
wanted Jam Jam to hug me so bad and just hold me and make it better. And thank God, because he would wake up with me and take me to the bathroom every like hour.
really?
He would put his hand out. I'd wake him up, and I'd be like, "Help me!" And he would guide me to the woods because I
Oh,
couldn't
that's
sleep.
sweet. Yeah, no, it's so dark out there. That we'll talk about that when we get back because that's actually a really interesting thing. Okay, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. We're gonna talk about the dark and Rome idol searching in it.
Was he searching the dark?
No, he said he was going to.
Oh yeah, we did that too. Remember? We did like the
Yeah.
Tony.
Here's the moral of the story. It don't work. We'll be back. Welcome back.
Welcome
We're,
back, everybody.
we were talking about the dark, and that is a really interesting thing out there because on TV, you see them in the dark and you're like, oh, they can see. They have lights because there's cameras and otherwise they wouldn't be able to capture the moment. Wrong. They have
That's dark.
infrared light, which is not visible to the human eye.
You
And so
can't see anything.
every night before bed, they set up these massive towers, massive, and they shine bright infrared light all over the camp. Yet, of course, we can't see that, but their cameras are specifically trained or attuned so that they can. That's why they're black and white, and you really don't get any other color definition. But out there, it's pitch black. You can't see anything. So Rome's saying at the end, like, I'm gonna go and idol hunt all night after I play my idol. Like, good luck. Maybe he
What do you
will.
mean
I
we
don't know.
did, Carson? We did.
No,
Remember?
we tried, we attempted, but what I'm saying is like it's not.
The light
It's
of the
almost
cameras.
impossible.
I know, but it was fun. And you can,
It
there's
was fun.
light. The whole hope of it is like the camera light of the cameraman. It's going to guide us. That's what I thought, at least.
But there was never any light coming out of their cameras
A little
besides
bit,
only to the screen facing them. Like to us, it's just dark.
but it was fun.
I don't know. I'd rather sleep. That's a good question though. Like, do they like? I would love to know who and how these idols are hidden. I feel like it's a lot easier than I'm making it out to be. But like, that while they're at tribal, like they already have places in mind. They're already like putting them stuff
How
places, and like
fun.
that would be a fun job. That would be so fun.
It is so
Um,
fun. All of it is so fun.
yeah. Okay, so basically, bamboo is not comfortable, and I'd rather sleep on the ground anyways. But
Yep.
sometimes there is a hierarchy, and like that's one of the most telling things I think people have said before is where people sleep says a lot about where they stand, right?
Girl, then we were on the bus early on.
Exactly. But it also
Early
shows
on.
like the people who you want to sleep next to, like who are you close
No
to?
one. It was awful, but like it's different now though too. Like the whole like who you sleep next to because let's just face it. And remember you would always tell me like we got to like split up, and then Jam Jam would say that too. He'd be like we can't be like right next to each other, but then I would like creep back to him. But like it's because I was cold. But it's not the same anymore when it comes to like you can't like touch or cuddle or like there is none of
Yeah.
that. You literally have
Yeah.
to sleep like super far away. So it's like, and I'm not saying I want to cuddle with anyone, but I do want to keep warm. Girl.
So before they go and take you out to play, they like give you a talk, and there's like a whole briefing about touching and all that stuff. And a new rule in the 40s has been that and maybe it started early. Oh, well, it started right after season 39. We know that.
Yeah.
But is that you're not allowed to cuddle, touch people at night. There has to be like a couple inches between you.
Which is good. I get it. But like, I'm cold.
No, it's true. So, okay, let's go to the challenge. You're probably like, what was there at the challenge? No, but I did want to point some things out
about
that
Andy,
stood out to me.
about Jeff bullying Andy.
Jeff bullying Andy. So where Jeff says, and I was like, sassy Jeff's back. He says, Gotta, after a disastrous run by Andy, is catching up. And crazy enough, Gotta ended up winning. But I also want to quote what Andy said before he even started the challenge in like the briefing before they went and played. He said that he was good at all of them. And yet,
of course he is.
But Carolyn, he was the last. He actually caused them to have a disadvantage. Even Jeff said.
I disagree.
Okay. You and Andy should be besties, I feel like. Y'all get along.
Yeah, that's what I think about a lot of people, and then it doesn't happen.
I will say, I mean, I think Andy had a much better episode than he has. I thought
there's a lot of people that I think that like, wow, we could be great friends. And then I meet them in real life, and I'm like, it ain't happening. We'll see you on season 48.
This is what I was talking about earlier about the overconfidence. So Rome and Soul have a conversation as the briefing before the challenge. And Rome, he is like, I have to go. I'm so good at this. And Soul's
yes.
And Soul's like, Andy. I mean, sorry, not Andy. Rome, let me go. And Andy, I mean, oh my gosh, I mean, Andy. Rome puts his foot down. He's like, no, I'm going. That's what I'm talking about. That would annoy me because, like, and maybe he is good, but like, there's nothing worth that much of a fight over out there when it comes to that stuff. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
But we need people like that. That's what I appreciate.
No, it's interesting to watch.
So are we grading his like how good he is at the game or how funny he is to watch? For me, it's how fun you are.
He is fun to watch. I would agree. And also, there was that new seahorse puzzle that was beautiful.
Yeah, I had my eye on that. I was thinking, I'm like, girl,
you know, my printer's going off tonight. I ain't skipping a beat.
No, I did think about that. I was like, that's really all I remember.
I know. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, Jeff was not kidding when he said that, like, they were going to retire the tree puzzle. Like, it hasn't been back, and I love the tree puzzle. Like, I'm kind of like, Carson, watch you. No, but like, it was so
I love
pretty.
This. What was it? A snail?
No, it was a sea. A snail. So okay, all right.
So basically, what you're saying is Andy's the scapegoat. Yeah.
It's seemingly so. That's how I've seen it. And like, I don't know. I just find
this
that
episode,
like,
though.
Yeah, it you can tell when it's going to be a bad episode or just not an interesting vote out. If
I was sad about Asia, though. I was sad about Asia.
I actually am really surprised, to be honest, that she got out. I was expecting her to barb. I don't know. And they've been showing her a lot. Like, I was expecting her to do really well. I was not expecting.
So
I don't know. That was very shocking.
Whose fault was that?
That was, well, I mean, you know, to be honest, it really comes down to Asia's fault. Like, she clearly wasn't able to get out of it. But if I had to pick a person or group of people that caused her getting voted out, I would pick Keyshawn and Teeny. And I like both of them. I'm just saying that I think that they ultimately were the ones making the decision tonight. Rome clearly wanted Asia out. Soul and Genevieve, we don't know what they were doing. But we were shown that Keyshawn and Teeny were in the middle, and they ultimately kind of decided who was going to go that night. They knew that Rome was playing that idol on himself. So they knew that Soul didn't really trust Rome. Like they ultimately were the power holders tonight, and Teeny said it herself. I don't want to go against Rome with all his little trinkets in his pockets. And
I
like
wouldn't
to
want him
me,
either.
I know, but in my opinion, this is the best time to figure that out, because if no one really gets along with him on this tribe, like that's the easiest time, because then you're flushing it out early. Like I would hate to be paranoid with him all the time. Like, oh, what did he find this time? What do you like, get it out early. Don't let it linger. Should we sing the linger
Are you
song?
singing the Cranberries?
I am. Do you have to let it
To let it
linger?
linger. Do
Do
you
you
have
have
to?
to?
Oof.
Yeah, that's a good
Do you?
song. Okay,
I
so
just don't even know what to say. Is that a new
no, I
salad
have
bar?
something. No, I love my salad bowls. Um, I got a wooden one because I'm like, you can't eat salad out of a regular bowl. You gotta
No,
have
you
a.
cannot. Did I tell you though about that burrata I got in LA? Did you see that I responded to your Instagram? So I'm like at this restaurant in LA, and I was like, I want the burrata. And I'm
Because
like,
I
this is like,
made you some at your house and you liked
it
it.
was nasty. It didn't taste
Really?
anything like what you made. I literally didn't even finish it. It tasted like crap.
Well, that's disappointing because I have had really good experiences with burrata, but like, yeah, bad one could
And I
definitely
want to
send
say
that.
this too. Can I just say this? Like, you know how sometimes you meet people in real life and you kind of get disappointed because it's like someone like, hey, I've seen you on Instagram, or I've seen you like on, and then you meet them in real life and it's like such a letdown. So I just want to
Yeah.
say this about meeting Sugar was really not like a letdown, and really
Oh, that's sweet.
she was really fun and a great person. So like, and lived up to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you meet people and they're just nothing like what you think. She was.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. And like that happens all the time where someone is very different than the person that you watched on TV. I think a great example of that is Angelina. I've had really fun interactions with her that I don't think are very and Tori Meehan too, that are very different than how they were represented on the show. Like, of course, I do think Angelina was a very confident person, but I also don't think that she was like as delusional as she was shown to be. Um, okay,
Oh, I
so
meant like Carson. What I meant was like just fun personalities that, like, I'm glad she lived up to what I thought she would be.
okay, you're talking about people that actually are the same as. So, like, is Coach one of those people? I feel like he lived up to that.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no! Wait, I mean, this was not a clear answer. What does that mean?
No, no, because I would, no, no, he is. She
Oh,
is.
okay.
And Coach has got like a sensitive side too, for real. Like, he's deep.
Yeah.
Coach is like, what's up? I like Coach.
Okay, so I don't know why this popped in my head while watching the episode, but there was do you remember what it was like to because this is a question that I don't think it's asked a lot, but once it's talked about, I think it's interesting, is when do you find out who is on your tribe, or rather like what even tribe color I mean, I guess you find out when you're getting your color scheme for what shirts and stuff to wear, but like, remember when you are waiting in those chairs before you're about to go depart for the island, and they give you
I
your buff for
remember
the
when
first
they
time?
brought my spare underwear and set them on my table. Did you see them, Carson? They were my Philip
No.
Shepherds because I had those pink ones because I was going to wear the same as Philip. Yes, I was. I was going to wear the same underwear as Philip, and I think Johnny Fairplay too, until I realized, like, what the heck am I? I can't wear pink undies like them. So, anyways, I swapped them out for those other big ass granny panties because I needed my butt covered because that's just what I had to do at the time
So
for imprisonment reasons.
embarrassment.
Anyways, no, listen, Carson. And so she came and she took my underwear and she put them on the table. That was 2 days before we actually like knew what the tribes were. Did you
Like
not
when
see them?
I didn't see that, and I sat right in front of you.
They were bright pink, right on the I came running over, like, why would you set them at the table? Everyone knows what tribe I'm on now.
Oh, that's crazy. I never even noticed that.
Because pink, I had bright pink underwear.
Right. Yeah. No, that's crazy. I did not notice.
Anyways,
Well, I was going to talk about how you find out you get buffs and stuff, but like, so before you go and film, you're about to board the boats, and they'll tell you like you have a final breakfast. This is at Ponderosa. You have a
did
final
you eat?
breakfast.
Did you eat?
I tried, but I wasn't really hungry.
I was putting on like makeup in the bathroom.
And then they'll call on you, and you go to this like changing room where you have to change into your clothes, and then they do a search. So there's been a history of people who will like sneak things in really not fun places, like matches and stuff, or like try to sneak things in on their body to go and play so they have like an advantage. And so what they do is they have this person that does a deep search, and they like pat you down, make you take off your shoes. They look at everything while you're putting it on to make sure that you're not sneaking anything in. And then once you're cleared, you go and
But
sit
lo
in
and
this chair.
behold,
What's lo and behold?
what we snuck in.
Did we sneak in?
I don't know. I always thought you'd be like able to come up with something quick, but never mind.
No, I wish that'd be cool. But no, so, and even if once you sat in that chair, if you needed to use the bathroom, you would have to go through the pat down again. So like
I
once
don't
you
even
sat in
remember
that chair,
this.
Carolyn, what? This was like crazy cool. And then at the very end, like they had this like talk, and they're like, we are so excited for season 44. And then like now you're gonna get to see your season logo on your buffs, and then they would pass out your buffs, and you're like freaking out, and then you
It
go and
was
board.
dark. I remember it was like pitch
Oh
dark.
yeah.
And I remember honestly what I think about the most about this were the two alternates who were sitting in the chairs. This is really my biggest memory from all of this. The two alternates sitting in the chairs. And I came
Mm.
down and I look over and I'm like, why aren't they getting dressed? Because at this point, I thought we had 20 people on the tribe. I did. I counted and I thought it must be 20 this
There must be
season.
10 and 10. Yeah.
10 to 10. And so I'm like, oh, cool. They were wearing like gray. And I was like, why? And then we all get our buffs. They don't get them. They literally like, could someone put them somewhere else? They are literally watching us get our buffs. They are watching us come out after we get all of our clothes on. And then they watch us go get lined up in our chairs as we put our
Mm-hmm.
buffs on. And then they watch us as we drive off on the boats.
It's awful. Really is. You do get
That's all
paid
I
as
could
an
think about.
alternate.
I couldn't even celebrate because all I could think about were those freaking alternates that were just stuck staring at us celebrate. Could someone please excuse them and have them go somewhere else? That was
Yeah,
awful.
it is. And they do all the same stuff as you, like to prepare and stuff. So when we get back, we'll talk about what's puzzling me and what's giving Carolyn life. Maybe we'll go in reverse order. We don't know.
We
And yes, Carolyn.
stomachs are hurting. I'm hungry. Someone cook for me.
If I were there, I'd make a burrata salad with
That
balsamic
sounds
vinegar.
that sounds so good. That big. What do you get? You gotta text me what you get. That big club.
You mean the cheese ball, the burrata?
Yeah. Oh, is that what it's
It's
called?
burrata. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the name of it.
No, it's burrata. That's the cheese.
I thought that was the name of the salad. Well, no
No.
wonder that. Hmm.
Oh, so were you expecting the salad to be like the balsamic and like the
Yes.
pecans? Oh, that's why. Yeah, it's not always
And it was
balsamic
like a big piece of bread.
Well, we will be back, and
Anyways.
Carolyn's going to get a snack. Okay, be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. So, yeah, it's been a really great episode, and I've been having a ton of fun on Patreon too. I just want to say, for anyone else who wants to, like, sometimes I just pour my heart out. I can't even help it. And I'll be having like an emotional day and whatnot. What do? I go to the Patreon. Am I saying it right, Carson? And then what I do is I just, you know what I just let it out. Right, Carson?
Yes. No, you do. And I love it because you're like, you'll text me and you're like, am I writing too much? Because you really do write little essays. Like, I don't think I ever see you type that much and in one paragraph because the way you text is very opposite. I was watching an Instagram reel and it was like that one friend that doesn't know how to type a paragraph and it goes, that's my phone. Most of them are Carolyn going, LMAFO, LOL, LOL, girl with LOL, girl,
I know I'm a
LOL.
clumper.
You're a clumper. You are. It's fun though. And I feel like I do that with you, but I don't do that with most people. Like I kind of like when I talk to you, I also clump because you clump. But then
And
like
you
with
do
other
it to me, and
people,
I'm like, now I know the anxiety that I give you when you do it to me when I'm busy, like about to do something, and you'll be like, oh, and I'm like, get out of here. I get it.
no, you know what I do is I turn my phone on do not disturb once you start doing the bzz, 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 bzz,
I
so it doesn't
your
like
phone.
scare me.
So your phone's always on do not disturb. Then it sounds like
You get the notification when Carson has notifications silenced.
I never have notifications on. So who am I kidding?
No, it's true.
Oh, I
Like you'll
like that
text
little
me and then I'll
girl.
text you back.
Oh,
Little
that
Kurt.
sounds good. That burrata bob.
Mm,
I'm hungry. My stomach hurts. But no,
me
Patreon's
too.
fun. But can we share more pictures or something?
Yeah. Can I share the text exchange we had today about you know what that so me and Carolyn had I won't talk about like the specific, but Carolyn
Oh,
and I had a
please
big
do.
fight about the collaboration because I was like, that's not even a funny moment from last episode about like the Andy segment and like I
Yeah,
look
and
like
then you
I'm
were like, no one's even talking about that stuff, Carolyn. No one can blah blah blah. And I was like,
yeah.
isn't that you're like, no one's talking about Andy being bullied. And I was like, isn't that kind of the point of what we do?
No, I know, but I just thought like there were so many more funny moments than
Like
that.
if people want to go and have like a normal podcast, they go to RHAP.
No, it's true. Or like a strategic when you go to
Like,
Tyson's or something. I don't know.
is Tyson strategic?
No.
His is
It,
more fun and like crazy.
it is fun. His is fun. Yeah. Well, and
How
so I texted Carolyn. I was like, I dare you to do this. And if you
are you
do
doing Tyson's podcast? Why hasn't he asked me to be on the podcast recently?
exactly what he needs to have, we need to do a collab.
Do you
Okay.
think that
No, but
do you think he thinks I'm not reliable?
oh, well, didn't you like literally not text him back or something? I can't
No, I didn't.
remember
I told
that.
him you need to text me because I don't see DMs because I don't see them.
DMs. That's true. Yeah,
But
don't.
then I
Yeah,
redeemed myself.
yeah. Okay, so I texted her, I was like, if you do this, I will host the collab. And I did. And she did it. I didn't think she would do it, but that's what I like about Carolyn is that
I
she
don't
don't
think
give a
twice.
crap. You don't. You just do. And it was hilarious. So can I post that on the Patreon?
Yeah, and should we post our
Yes.
video, the music video we made,
Oh, the whole one, the one that's unedited.
the
Let's do
real
it.
one?
Okay, y'all. So if you want the real juice right
that
now and you want to drink all the tea, you join
was
the Patreon.
that was so funny, and I'm just like, good. Sometimes, and it's not about being mean. It's
It's not
true.
being
It's
mean.
not about being cruel or mean, but like sometimes, especially with like for myself, it's like I've just been through way too much crap in my life where like I just don't have time for it. Being like,
Yeah.
nope, goodbye. Ugh.
Well, yeah, no, I like that you're unfiltered. Like I can always go to you and be like, I need your honest opinion. And I don't have to worry about you giving me some filtered response. Like I literally would be like, do you like this? And you'll say no. And I appreciate that because there's so many people that like to sugarcoat things and just give it to you as like a, you know, like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, what's the real opinion? Tell me I look bad. Tell me you don't like my haircut. And you do, even though I disagree with you about my haircut and I do it
You told
anyways.
me, yeah, you told me, remember when I was trying to do the side part for a little minute? And I'm like, you're
I told
like,
you it looked bad.
no.
Yeah. Because I think that's a positive thing that you have affected on me where I've become better at being honest. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I still can be this way, but like, I think it's more so with people that I don't know as well, but like, I'm more likely to give them the answer that they want to hear than what they I actually believe. Mostly because I don't
That
like
never
inconveniencing
works,
people.
like,
It
in
doesn't work.
life, in the relationships and everything. And that's like what I really believe in when it comes to even just like meeting people for the first time. Like, you know what? This is me, and I'm going to put my full self out there. And I want to see your full self too. And if it's like, goodbye.
Yep. Okay, Carolyn, real quick, because we've talked a good bit
Oh, yeah.
about other
Let's
stuff.
talk about, so
What's
I'll talk
giving you
about what's
life?
bring. So this is what's bringing me life. So basically, like, I had like a really busy weekend in LA, and it was a lot, and it was hot. It was really hot. Anyway, I was so stressed out. No, I wasn't that stressed out, but I mean, I was like just really hot. And then I was Pokemoning and I got lost. Oh my God, I was trying to
What?
do this shit. Did I tell you about this? I was trying.
Isn't it Pokemon literally a map, Carolyn?
It doesn't even
Oh my,
matter. There was a 1,000 block and like a 2,000 or whatever. I was going in circles. I
oh my
got lost.
gosh.
I couldn't find my way back, and it was sweating. And I literally was dressed like a schoolgirl without a shirt. It was crazy. And I was sweating so bad that I couldn't even, it was awful. It was terrible. And I had no one. Anyway, no, I figured it out. But anyway, so it was just a lot. We were busy. It was cool though. I got
So
to see
this gave you
Zach,
life,
Owen.
was getting lost?
Oh no, I got to meet some
Oh,
cool people. We had fun with
mm.
Ben and
So
everyone,
you're,
and
yeah.
it was a good time. But okay, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little bit like, I gotta just like relax. And so I'm like,
I get it.
I gotta calm down. So I literally like, I went from the airport to my favorite concert. So I made it happen,
Mm,
and I didn't think I was gonna make it, and I ran, Carson. So my flight landed, and I ran to this theater. Then I got to see my favorite band, and I was all alone. I've been all alone, and I was jamming. I make it all the way to the front. I literally was there 5 minutes before it started. I was just like, and then these people are like, "Are you Carolyn from?" And I'm like, "Let me." And it was because, of course, and then I'm taking pictures with people as the band's coming out, and I'm like so embarrassed because I'm like, give them the attention. I don't need,
yeah.
like, I'm here for the band. But I was just, and it's Cloud Cult is the band. I love them. They are people who have been through so many struggles, and the guy who sings, Craig, is like,
Mhm.
he writes all about his struggles. He pours his heart out. Cloud Cult, and I just healed. And I know you don't
That's
get it, Carson,
cool.
because you're not
No,
emotional
I
like
love,
to that.
no. Oh, are you kidding? Music, it makes me very emotional.
I was bawling. I was just like this. I was like this, and I just got it out, and it was so therapeutic for me.
That's great. I'm
I
more of a
honestly am not
like,
going to shows with anyone else anymore. I'm going alone. It's really the only
good.
way I can do it now.
Yeah, I'm more of a like I think the music that gets me emotional is more like a symphony, Hans Zimmer, like Harry Potter, The End, like that stuff.
Well,
Like, oh
they are
goodness,
very. They had a violin. They have like they
oh,
have tons
Love
of.
Island.
They
That's
were.
cool.
Did you watch my story? I posted a bunch of their music.
You
You
took
probably didn't.
oh, just send me. No, I did. It was just too much, and I was in a place where I couldn't like listen. I was just like
I
seeing it.
posted a ton.
Oh, I know you did. It was like I had to
It
the
was
root.
bad because I love them. I
They were
love this
great.
band.
That's a yeah.
Join
I
them on Patreon too.
all right. Well,
Okay.
okay.
I
So I'll
love
be real
them.
quick with what's given me life. Sorry, with what's puzzling me this week. But if you can't tell, if you're not watching this, I got a big old zit on my under my
Yeah, I did
under
tell
my
you to cover it before. If you use
no
Hourglass, Carson, Hourglass,
hourglass. What's hourglass?
it's just
What
a
is it?
really good. I'm pretty sure wasn't Alan who told me about it? Anyway, it's good. I love it. Concealer.
Concealer? No.
Men wear makeup.
I
Like, don't worry about it.
I've only worn I sometimes like before school I would run into my sister's room and I'm like, hurry, cover this one up. And it was like the
Exactly.
best
You
thing
need to get a
ever.
makeup kit.
It's because I reintroduced milk into my diet. Not diet, like I'm not on a
No, you
diet, but like
didn't.
in my regular, yes, I did. I've started drinking milk, eating cereal again, and more regularly. And whenever I do that, I get zits galore. That's why when I went and played Survivor, you can look up pictures or watch the first episode. I had that massive one on the smack dab middle of my nose. Massive. It had
No,
been
I'm
there
kidding.
for weeks.
I
It
was
was
like,
bad.
is that a fly? I thought it was
You
a
thought
fly.
the zit was a fly. And I'm like, of course, the one time I'm going on TV, I
Didn't
get the
I tell
biggest
you
hit of my
that too?
life on my nose. Yes,
Didn't
you
I
did.
tell?
I was like, that made me, yeah, on the island. You were like, I thought that was a zit. I mean, sorry, a
No,
fly. It's awful. Because I was like, I might as well own it. I'm the guy with the zit on the island. But it did go away, thankfully, after like a couple
it
episodes.
was so.
Guys, I'm a baby. I get acne. People
Why
still think I'm a
too?
teenager.
I still get acne. Like we still, like, you know what I mean? But like
Yeah,
that
but is
zit
it
was.
this
What did you
bad?
do? Yeah, it is. And what would you do with it? What did you do for that fly zit to make it that big? Did you scratch it? Did
Don't
you
know.
do?
Well, I'm sure I was trying to pop it before.
You
Like
were
I
trying to
was like,
pop it. That's everyone's like biggest mistake when it comes to zits, that they're like, and it makes it worse. So
yeah. Okay, well, we've gone over a little longer, but I do want to say, if anybody has a question, we're going to do a new thing next week. We're at the beginning of the episode. We're going to answer a question. We will give priority to patron members on our Patreon, but if the question's good enough, we might consider it. So, email us if you have a question at letsgettribalpod@gmail.com. We'd love to get your input or your questions and answer all of your most your pressing thoughts. So, and we'll
can we
include
copy
that
drop
next
your
episode.
can we copy
What?
drop your buffs? How they do the call in? They used to do call ins. Can we copy that?
Collins.
Yes.
Well,
And they had a
remember
number and
how our
people
last call in went?
cares. Let's do something new. Let's do it.
Maybe okay, so that's a good idea. How about if you email
We have a
us?
number. So we have a number, Carson, and people call and they leave a voicemail. And
That's a
we
good idea
play.
too. Well, I don't have that set up yet. But for now, email us and we'll
Yeah, but
try to
I
answer it.
stole that from the drop your buffs.
That's a good idea. Let's tell them that we're stealing their idea.
They
Just like
stopped doing it.
just like people think I stole the puzzles, right? Like people love
You
to, might
did.
as well keep the
No.
trend going. Kidding, I'm kidding.
Who else's ideas can we steal? Yeah.
Exactly, I'm kidding. Okay, so thank y'all so much for listening, and we hope you all getting tribal this week. Okay, see you for Tiki Tiki Talking in the Patreon. Bye.